With the first wave of baby boomers already into official retirement age, there's been a steady growth in demand for so-called anti-ageing medicines that promise to turn back the clock or at least hit the pause button on some of the indignities of ageing. Next month, Melbourne will host the country's 4th conference on anti-ageing medicine, showcasing a whole welter of therapies now being pitched to the so-called worried well, from vitamin supplements to growth hormone treatments. Despite some of the more extravagant promises like a revived sex life or eternal wellness, so far there's little hard evidence any of these therapies actually work. But it's perhaps not surprising that the generation which rewrote the rules in the 60s and 70s is now hoping to cheat old age. Deborah Cornwall reports.
I woke up at 40, I saw the door of youth go slam. I lost my libido. Libido was key. I looked like shit. I wasn't sort of energetic like I used to be. So I thought I need to do something about it.
47-year-old Kate Marie was an early starter in her quest for a kinder, sexier old age.
Sex has been a driver for me, like a lot of people. Maybe they don't talk about it. I'm not a cougar that's going racing around trying to find a younger man for the sake of it. But I have ended up with relationships that are much younger. And that's been beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
A former nurse turned marketing consultant, Kate Marie swears by her daily cocktail of vitamins and hormones, backed up by a punishing regime of exercise and diet and the occasional cosmetic procedure.
Is aging slowing you down? Are you losing energy?
I feel like I'm 25.
Peptide E-Collagen synergistically blended together.
It's just incredible.
Boosting your sex drive and potency.
While anti-ageing medicine is still in its infancy in Australia, it's already big business in the United States. Doctors, new age shamans and entrepreneurs have all got into the act, with a bamboozling selection of supplements and hormone treatments, all specially formulated to get your mojo back.
You may have seen my pictures in national publications and wondered if they're real.
So what is your secret? How are you doing this at nearly 70 years old? How you got the body of a 20-something?
Dr. Life is the septuagenarian poster boy for the industry. A shameless believer that old age is a disease that needs curing, often with large helpings of testosterone.
Okay, next is a 62-year-old white male executive. He presents with fatigue, poor quality of sleep. He can't remember the last time that he had an early morning erection. This is a typical patient.
In an industry which is largely unregulated, cosmetic clinics are among the biggest providers of anti-ageing treatments in Australia, many of them now offering hormone therapy and antioxidants alongside the tummy tucks and facelifts.
I think men are concerned about their sex drive, and then women tend to be concerned a lot about the way they look.
Okay, push up with your arms, push up.
Sydney GP Dr. Michael Elstein is one of the few medical doctors in Australia who specialises in anti-ageing therapies, an area largely dismissed by his colleagues as medicine for the neurotic worried well.
I could be up for an hour, a couple of hours, and I feel like I've got to go back to bed. Yeah.
While Dr. Elstein takes hormones himself, along with a whole slew of antioxidants, he does warn his patients there are risks. And there's no such thing as a magic youth elixir. Not yet, anyway.
So this is a whole new area. The notion that baby boomers want to carry on forever. We just don't know how this can be achieved, and frankly. We think it might be hormones, we think it might be a whole bunch of things, but the science is still very woolly.
Kate Marie says she was so maddened by the lack of reliable information in the field, she's just published her own guidebook for consumers. She says some of the riskier treatments, such as growth hormones, require a good practitioner. And she's noticed a lot of men do tend to go overboard with the testosterone.
They walk at you with this testosterone haze. Look at me. That's the downside. If men take too many hormones and they don't know how to deal with that drive, they become this sexual animal, and they're just always on the hunt.
Very few of these anti-ageing supplements and therapies are evidence-based. In other words, there's no scientific evidence that they work. We need good studies to tell us what works.
Sydney epidemiologist Professor Adrian Bowman has just started a 30-year study tracking the ageing experience of 250,000 Australians over 45, including the impact of anti-ageing therapies from vitamins to growth hormones.
Most of the people who are consuming these anti-ageing medications are middle-class, wealthy and well-educated. They're looking for hyper-health. They're looking for some incredibly enhanced quantum of health, which is probably unachievable.
Professor Bowman says for now at least, there are only a few sure bets that will smooth the ride into old age. A healthy diet, good genes and exercise. Mary Kindred is one of a growing number of older Australians who've taken to exercise, some for the first time in their lives.
I don't want to be in the walking frame. Mom was beautiful all her life. She always said to me, "Baby, black don't crack." And she had the most beautiful skin you ever want to see. She was so pretty. But she couldn't get around without the walking frame, and so she lived in her place. She didn't get out. I want to go.
Now in her 8th decade, Mary Kindred says while she's tried various treatments like fish oil, she finds the quest for eternal youth all a bit exhausting.
I was born in 1939, so I'm not quite a boomer. But the ones that are coming around now, they don't want to let go of anything, greedy little buggers. They want to have youth forever. They want to be able to have sex forever.
But while it may be decades before consumers like Kate Marie know for sure just what treatments are really helping her, it's a risk, she says, that's worth taking.
I think it depends on how aggressive you want to be. Now, a lot of people go, "Oh, it's not worth the investment in your time." God, when you're 80 or 90 or 100, you've got to picture yourself and go, well, what sort of person do I want to be? I want it all.